श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपार करुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्।
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we have been going through this wonderful program, Vande GurorMandalam, enjoying the stotras of Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada for the last over 5 weeks. Today we are in Saundarya Lahari, sloka number 75.
And Namaskaram. तवस्तन्यं मन्ये धरणिधर कन्ये हृदयतः पयः पारावारः परिवहति सारस्वतमिव दयावत्या दत्तं द्रविडशिशुरास्वाद्य तव यत् कवीनां प्रौढानामजनि कमनीयः कवयिता.
This shloka is about Devi's stanyam, Devi's milk. And the benefit which is associated with this shloka is proficiency in composing poems. Tavastanyam manye dharanidhara kanye hridayataha paya paravaraha parivahati saraswatamiva. Tavastanyam manye, I consider your stanya milk as hridayataha payaha paravaraha. Payah paravaraha, that is Kshirabdhi, milk ocean, coming out from your heart. Hridayataha, it is coming directly from your heart. We consider it as ocean of milk. Parivahati, it is flowing like a flood. Saraswatamiva, like Saraswati itself has taken the form of this milk, as if Saraswati herself has taken this form of milk. Dayavatya dattam dravidashishuhu aswadya tavayat kavinam praudhanam ajani kamaniyaha kavayita. This milk was given by you, Dayavatya dattam. You are Dayavati, you are very compassionate. So you gave this milk to Dravidashishuhu, the Tamil child, Dravida child. Now the Dravida Shishuhu, who was given milk by Devi, is not known. Which Dravida Shishu he had in mind, Adi Shankara had in mind, is not known. But there are two interpretations given. One is Adi Shankara himself, another is the saint Tirignan Sambandhar, who came much later than Adi Shankara, no doubt. But Adi Shankara, being an avatar of Parameshwara himself, he knew the future developments, so he must have seen it in his jnana that Adi Shankara, the Tirignan Sambandhar, is going to be the recipient of Devi's milk. That is the second interpretation. As per the first interpretation, whether, because he says he became a great poet after taking the mother's milk, but will Adi Shankara call himself a great poet? That is a contradiction with humility. But the answer is that he is so pleased, so happy with this development, and he considers it as nothing other than Daya, Dayavatya. So hence, it is not a question of tom-tomming one's proficiency, it is a question of tom-tomming Devi's Daya. So there is nothing wrong with that. So this is the samadhana for that. Now, how can this Dravida Shishu Adi Shankara be considered to be a recipient of Devi's milk? There is a story for this given in Shankara Vijayam. Now, when he was a child of 2 or 3, his father used to be a pujari in the local Devi temple, and he used to offer milk as Naivedya every day, and he used to bring that milk and give it to Shankara. This was the daily routine. One day when he went out of station, he had asked Shankara to perform the puja in his absence. So the mother gave him milk, and he took the milk, and he went to the temple for doing the puja. He performed the puja. A child of 2 or 3, he performed the puja, and he was all along thinking that he was under this impression that Devi would drink the milk and a little bit of milk would be left for Shankara to take. This was his assumption. So that day he found that Devi was not taking any milk, so he started crying. Maybe there is some fault in my puja procedure. Maybe I have not done anything correctly. He was very worried because what has been happening all these days with my father? Why it is not happening with me today? He started crying, and because he was crying inconsolably, Devi appeared in person before him and drank all the milk. Drank all the milk. Then, when he found that there was no milk for him left, as it was happening every day, then he began to cry for a second time. He saying, "Oh Devi, you have drunk all my milk. You have not given me any milk." At that point, Devi gave her Stanyam, mother's milk. This is the story. Then Dayavatya Dattram Dravida Shishuhu. So this Dravida Shishu could be Adi Shankara or could be Trigana Sambandhar. Aswadya Tava Yat. Having tasted and drunk that milk, this Dravida Shishu became Kavinam Praudhanam Ajani Kamaniyaha Kavi Kavagita. Kavinam Praudhanam, of all the great poets. Praudha means great. Of all the great poets, not ordinary poets. If you take all the great poets, put them together, and out of them you have to choose Kamaniyaha Kavagita, one who composes poems which are very enchanting. Kamaniyaha, which are extremely interesting, extremely enchanting. If you choose that poet, that was this Dravida Shishu. So Dravida Shishu became Dayavatya Dattam Dravida Shishuhu Aswadya Tavete Kavinam Praudhanam Ajani. That means the milk gave rise to, Ajani means gave rise to this Dravida Shishu, who became the greatest poets, greatest of poets, and who composed poems which are extremely enchanting. So that is how he is praising the milk of mother. Now, Tediyur, in his commentary, he says, now we cannot get mother's milk, Devi's milk. So what we can do is, he has given a procedure for puja, like every shloka he is giving a procedure. Yantra, mantra, etc. We have seen. For this shloka, he is giving a beautiful procedure. You take cow's milk and consider it as if it is Devi's Tanyam, and do puja and giving to children. That cow's milk you give to children. Puja means chanting this particular shloka. Giving to children, they will become great scholars. The children who receive that milk will become great scholars. This is what Yadiyur says in his commentary. So your milk is like the flood of Amrita or ocean of milk from the heart, as if Saraswati has come in this form. Saraswatam eva. I consider so, manye. Because, because by drinking your milk given by you as a compassionate mother, this Dravida child, Dravida Shishu, became became one of the best of poets, composing enchanting poetry. तवस्तन्यं मन्ये धरणिधर कन्ये हृदयतः पयः पारावारः परिवहति सारस्वतमिव दयावत्या दत्तं द्रविडशिशुरास्वाद्य तव यत् कवीनां प्रौढानामजनि कमनीयः कवयिता.
हरक्रोधज्वालावलिभिः अवलीढेन वपुषा गभीरे तेनाभीसरसि कृतसङ्गो मनसिजः समुत्तस्थौ तस्मात् अचलतनये धूमलतिका जनस्तां जानीते तव जननि रोमावळिरिति.
This sloka is about the beauty of Devi's navel. And the benefit for this is Kama Jayam, because Manmatha has come into picture in this sloka. So Kama Jayam is mentioned. Parama Vairagyam and Kama Jayam. These are the benefits. Harakrodha Jwala Avalibihi Avalidhera Vapusha Gabhirete Nabhisarase Krita Sango Manasijaha. Manasijaha is Manmatha, born of Vishnu's mind. Manasaputra of Vishnu. What did he do? Harakrodha Jwala Avalibihi Avalidhena Vapusha. Harakrodha, the anger of Parameshwara, became Agni because he opened his third eye and he burnt to Manmatha to ashes. We know that. So, the anger of Shiva took the form of Agni Jwala. Jwala Avalibhihi. Lot of flames. Jwala Avalibhihi. Jwala Avalibhihi. Lot of flames. Avalidhena Vapusha. These flames surrounded his body. Avalidhena surrounded. Body surrounded by the flames born out of anger of Shiva. Actually, Avalidhena means licked by these flames. That means what? That means they were closely engulfing his body all round. Gabire, they naturally not being able to withstand these Agni flames, what did you do? Gavire te nabhi sarasi krita sangaha. Your nabhi is like a pond, saras, so deep, so large. So that is the beauty of the nabhi. Every shloka there is the beauty of some part of Devi's form, which is as per Samudrika Lakshana for women. So he says, Gavire means very deep. That deep pond which is the Nabhi, Krita Sangaha, he jumped into it. Krita Sangaha means he got himself into it, this Saras. Then what happened? Samuttasthau tasmat achalatanaye dhumalatika. Achalatanaye, daughter of Himavan, tasmat, from that Agni flames which were engulfing Manmatha, when he dived into this pond, Dhumalatika Samattasthau. Dhumalatika, a creeper of smoke. Dhuma is smoke, Latika is a creeper. Smoke, a train of smoke which appeared like a creeper. So that Samattasthau, it arose from this tank which is the Nabhi. Naturally, when somebody who is completely burnt, he dives into water, that Agni will go and then the smoke will come out. That is what has happened here. Then the smoke which has come out, Janastam Janite Tava Janani Roma Valiriti. O Mother Janani, Janaha Tam Janite, that Dhumalatika, that creeper of smoke, people call it as, people understand it as Tava Roma Valihi iti. That is your Roma Vali. Roma Vali means a series of romas, hairs. There are very subtle hairs in the Nabhi area, which is again a Samudrika Lakshana for women. So subtle, a few hairs, subtle, very subtle. Those hairs are actually not hairs. They are actually the smoke which has come from Manmatha's fire when he dived into your Nabhi Saras. This is the imagery of Adi Shankara to explain to us the beauty of the Nabhi. So, Manmatha, when his body was surrounded, engulfed by heavy flames born out of Shiva's anger, he dived into the pond which is your Nabhi, which is very deep, and from that tank came out a plume of smoke which was in the form of a creeper. And people know this plume of smoke as Romavali, a series of Romas near your Nabhi. हरक्रोधज्वालावलिभिरवलीढेन वपुषा गभीरे तेनाभीसरसि कृतसङ्गो मनसि जहा समुत्तस्थौ तस्मात् अचलतनये धूमरतिका जनस्तां जानीते तव जननि रोमावलिरिति.
यदेतत्कालिन्दी तनुतरतरङ्गाकृति शिवे कृशे मध्ये किञ्चित् जननि तव यद्भाति सुधियाम् विमर्दादन्योन्यम् कुचकलशयोरन्तर्गतम् तनूभूतम् व्योम प्रविशदिव नाभिङ्कुहरिणीम्.
This shloka talks about again the same Nabhi and the same Romavali which was mentioned in the earlier shloka. A different type of imagery. And the benefit associated with the shloka is Sarvajana Vashyam. That means you can enchant all people. And Sukshma Darshanam, you can see subtle things which are not visible to the naked eye. Those are visible to you. Now, this is not visibility of the external eye organ. It is actually the visibility of the mental eye. That means whatever you could not understand, subtle aspects of Vedanta, you will now start understanding. Your understanding will become subtle. Sukshma Darshanam. Because Adi Shankara himself has written so many commentaries on Brahma Sutras, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, etc. And those commentaries are tough for an ordinary person. So there have been a lot of explanatory commentaries on those commentaries. We know that. So this kind of series of commentaries are required for those very difficult, exacting texts like Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, etc. So now those texts and the commentaries will become more easy to understand if you get Devi's blessings through this shloka. Yadetat kalindi tanutara tarangakriti shive krishe madhye kinchit janani tavayadbhati sudhiyam. Now he is talking about that Romavali which we talked about in the last shloka. He is describing it in a different way. Yadetat kalindi tanutara. Kalindi is Yamuna, daughter of Kalinda. He took an avatara as the daughter of Kalinda, King Kalinda. Yadetat kalindi tanutara. Tanutara means very subtle, very slender. Taranga kriti, slender wave, very subtle wave. That is the form. That is, this Romavali, series of Romas, appear like a subtle, very subtle wave of Kalindi river. Kalindi river is black, Yamuna is black, Ganga is white, we have seen. Since Romavali is also black, he is calling it as a subtle wave because we have seen it before, no? It is very subtle, this Romavali. So he is saying it's a subtle wave of Yamuna. Where is it? Krishe Madhye. Madhye means the middle part, that is the waist. The waist is Krishe, very, very slender, very thin. So this is close to that waist part. Tava Yadbhati Sudhiyam. This Romavali, which appears, which is visible to Sudhis, Sudhiyam. That is, wise people. Only wise people can see this Yadbhati. It shines. It shines to these wise people. Vimardadanyonyam kuchakalashayorantharagatam anubhutam yoma pravishadivanabhim kuharinim. Now he is giving a different interpretation to the Romavali, different from what he gave last time. First interpretation was, it is like a wave, subtle wave of Yamuna river. Now he is giving further interpretation, another different interpretation. So many interpretations. Kucha kalashayoho, the bosom pots, the two bosom pots, Antaragatam, the space in between them, Vyoma, that is the space. Antaragatam Vyoma, the space in between, Vimardhat Anyonyam, when the two bosom parts strike against each other, because they are so large, they strike against each other, the space found it inconvenient. So what did it do? The space went downward, went into the Nabhi Saras. It is like a tank, no pond. So it went Nabhim Kuharinim Pravishadiva, as if it entered Tanu Bhutam. It became very slender. The space became very slender. It got crushed between the two bosom parts, and then it found a downward path, became very slender, and entered the cave of Nabhi. Kuhara is cave. That means deep. This is the kind of another imagery which Adi Shankara has given for the Romavali. Yadetat kalindi tanutara taranga kriti shive rishe madhye kinchit janani tava yadbhati sudhiyam. The first imagery is the subtle wave of Yamuna river, and he is saying it, the location is in the middle part, that is the waist, and it is visible only to wise people. Vimardad anyonyam kushakalashayor antaragatam anubhutam vyoma pravishadiva nabhim kuharinim. The space in between the two bosom parts, which became very slender, it looks as if it got crushed between the bosom parts, and it looks as if it went downward and entered the deep cave of Nabhi. Next.
स्थिरो गङ्गावर्तः स्तनमुकुलरोमावलिलता कलावालङ्कुण्डम् कुसुमशरतेजोहुतभुजः रतेर्लीलागारम् किमपि तव नाभिर्गिरिसुते बिलद्वारम् सिद्धेः गिरिशनयनानां विजयते.
Now, this shloka is about the Nabhi itself. Another shloka about the Nabhi as a pond. And the benefit for this shloka is Sarva Loka Vashyam, you will enchant all the worlds. Now, this Nabhi is being described in different ways, like he described in the previous shloka. The Romavali is describing the Nabhi in different ways. Thiro Ganga Vartaha, this is the first description. Ganga Vartaha, the roundabout wave which occurs in Ganga, whirlpool, like the whirlpool in the Ganga river. But whirlpools are mobile, they keep moving, that's why it's called a whirlpool. But this whirlpool is Thiraha, it is not moving, it is in one place. There is no mobility of water there. There is no movement of water there. So, this is not moving, unmoving whirlpool of Ganga. Tana Mukula Roma Valilata Kalavalam. Romavali, we have seen before. Lata, if you consider Romavali as a creeper, and the creeper has got a base, a foundation. Kalavalam, that base is a root. Sometimes you have roots or base. So that root of the creeper is having a kalavalam. Avalam is a division in the field which you make around the creeper, where you put water like a pond, around the creeper. There's a little place you create for watering the creeper. So that by sand bank you create a little area. That area is called avalam. So he says this looks like that. Which one? The Nabhi. The Nabhi looks like a small base for the creeper, which is Romavali, and the creeper will have to have a flower bud, Mukula. What is the flower bud here? The two bosom, breasts. Tana Mukula Roma Valilata Kalavalam. Next, then third imagery. Kusumashara tejo hutabhujaha kundam. Kusumashara is Manmatha. Manmatha's teja, his brilliance, is like Agni. His brilliance is like that of Agni. Hutabhujaha is Agni. Kundam, Agni Kundam. Now, this Nabhi looks like Agni Kundam for the Agni, which is Manmatha himself, Manmatha's tejas itself. Manmatha's radiance, Manmatha's brilliance, if you consider it as Agni, that because Manmatha dived into that Navi earlier, so he is still there. That means what? The Navi area is so beautiful that Manmatha himself cannot take his eyes off that area. That is the implication. So he says, this is Agni Kunda, Homa Kunda for the tejas, for the radiance of none other than Manmatha himself. Prater Leelagaram is the next imagery. Rati, Manmatha's wife, her sporting place, Leelagaram, Kimapi, okay, we have given so many imageries, it could be any one of them, it could be something which is beyond description. Kimapi, Tavanabhihi, Girisute, O daughter of Himavan, your Nabhi, maybe your navel, maybe any one of these or something beyond description. Now he is giving one more description. बिलद्वारं सिद्धेः गिरिशनयनानां विजयते गिरिशनयनानां for the eyes of Girisha, for the eyes of Parameshwara, siddhehe, if the eyes have to feel that they have earned their fruit, kritakrityam we saw before. So if the eyes have to feel that they are kritakritya, they have earned their fruit, that is siddhi. If they have attained their fruit, that is the fruit is Nabhi. For the eyes of Parameshwara, Nabhi is the fruit which the eyes have to attain. Beladwaram, this is like a entrance to the cave. Why he is using the word Beladwaram for Nabhi? This stotra has been composed in front of Devi Kamakshi in Kanchipuram. Now Devi Kamakshi in Kanchipuram, the form which we are now having darshan, is Parabrahma Swarupini, not Shivapatini, we saw before. Parashakti herself. Then when she came out of Biladwara. That's why he is using the word Biladwara. She came out of Biladwara, which is still there, next to the Devi's image, the entrance of a cave. She appeared from that cave at the entrance, and then she killed an asura called Bandhakasura. At that time, Devas were relieved. After the killing of Asura, they were relieved and they prostrated to Devi and prayed to her to give darshan to all the bhaktas in seated position as Kamakshi, there only. That is the darshan we are having now. So Biladwara has got this background connotation. So for the eyes, Parameshwara also came there to have darshan of Kamakshi subsequently. Now for the eyes of Parameshwara, the fruit attained is actually the Biladwara. Biladwara is the fruit attained for the eyes of Parameshwara. Biladwara, the entrance to the cave. Now that is entrance. There is no cave here. The entrance to the cave is the Nabhi. So Vijayate, that is shining, radiant. Nabhyalavalaro Lataphala Kuchadvayi. This is what Lalita Sahasranam also says. Same description there also. So your Nabhi is like a whirlpool of Ganga, but stationary, not moving. And the Romavali, which is like a creeper, has got a base for watering in the ground. That is your Nabhi. And the Romavali has, because it is a creeper, it has a flower bud of the two breasts. And your Nabhi is also the Homakunda for holding the Agni, which is Manmatha's tejas, Manmatha's brilliance. And your Nabhi is also a sporting place for Rati, who is Manmatha's consort. And it could be any one of these or any something beyond this, beyond description. Your Nabhi's beauty is so wonderful. O daughter of Himavan, it, the final description is, final imagery is that for the eyes of Parameshwara, this is the fruit to be attained, the aim, the goal. What is the goal? Jaladwara. This Nabhi is like a entrance to a cave. Thiro Gangavartaha Stanamukula Roma Velilata Kalavalam Kundam Kusumachara Tejo Hutabhujaha Rater Leelagaram Kimapitavanabhirgirisute Jaladwaram Siddhe Girisha Nayananam Vijayate.
निसर्गक्षीणस्य स्तनतटभरेण क्लमजुषो न मन्मूर्तेर्नारीतिलक शनकैस्तृट्यत इव चिरन्ते मध्यस्य त्रुटिततटिनीतीरतरुणा समावस्थास्थेम्नो भवतु कुशलं शैलतनये.
Now this subject in this sloka is beauty of the slender waist. Now the subject is the waist, slender waist. And the benefits are Sarvajana Mohanam, you will enchant all people. It's more than enchanting. Mohana means they will come under your spell. You can move them the way you like. That is Sarvajana Mohanam. Then Indrajala Vidya, that means you can create magic. You can create scenes of magic. Nisargaksheenasya stanatatabhareణ klamajusho namanmurtehe naritilaka shanakaihi trutyataiva. Naritilaka is an address to Devi. You are the best among women. Naritilaka. Like a tilaka is for the forehead, you are the best among women. Now the subject is, as we have seen, the waist. Nisargaksheenasya, by nature, it is very slender. Sheena is slender. By nature, it is very slender. Then, as it is very slender. On the top of it, it is suffering from too much of weight. Stanatatabharena klamajusho. From the bosom weight, which is very weighty, klamajusho. Because of that, the waist is undergoing lot of misery. Klamajusho, undergoing misery. Then what happens? Namanmurtehe. The waist has to bend forward a little, stoop forward a little bit. That's what he's saying. Namanmurtehe. The waist bent forward because of the weight. Then what happens? Shanakaihi trutyataiva. Now it looks as if, because it bends forward owing to heavy weight, it looks as if it will break any time. Trutyataiva, as if it will break. Shanakaihi, gradually. Sometimes you find the bridges, nowadays there are a lot of failures of bridges because they are not properly designed or constructed. So, but many times the bridges will not give way quickly. In one stroke, it won't give. Slowly it will undergo some bend here and there, then slowly it will give way. Like that, your waist also looks as if it is slowly undergoing breakage. Kiram te madhyasya trutita tatini tirataruna समावस्थास्थेम्नो भवतु कुशलं शैलतनये. Tatini tira taruna. Tatini is a river. Now there is a comparison. On the bank of the river, there is a tree. And when there is a flood in the river, the tree gets uprooted. This is a common occurrence. We have seen many trees getting uprooted and even they start flowing in the current of the river. So she is referring to that. Trutita means uprooted. Uprooted tree on the banks of a river which is in flood. Samavastha sthemnaha. Your waist has in the same position as that. Your waist is in the same position as that tree. Samavastha, same position. Sthemnaha. It is come to that same state. Which one? Madhyasya, your waist. Now there is a prayer. Chiram te bhavatu kushalam. Let that waist live long, chiram, with comfort. Bhavatu kushalam. with well-being. Let your waist live long with well-being. Shailatanaye, daughter of Himavan. Now, normally when somebody says, Te Kushalam Bhavatu, it means it's a blessing. When an elder says to us, Te Kushalam Bhavatu, Dirgha Yushman Bhava, they say, isn't it? Like that. Te Kushalam Bhavatu means let you be comfortable, let you be free from all misery. So that is a blessing. But here, since this is addressed to Devi, it has to be considered as a prayer. Please ensure that your waist does not undergo any more suffering. So please ensure the well-being of your waist. That is the prayer. So the waist is by nature very slender and it is undergoing lot of misery because it is carrying the heavy weight of the two breaths and it is stooping forward because of the heavy weight and it looks as if it is going to break any time gradually and it is in the same situation as a tree on the bank of a river in spate, as if the tree will be uprooted anytime. So the prayer is, let it not happen to your ways. Let your ways live long, comfortably, O daughter of Himavan. Nisarga kshinasya tanatatabareena kramajusho namanmurti. Sorry. नमन्मूर्तेः आरीतिलक शनकैः तृट्यतैव स्थिरं ते मध्यस्य त्रुटिततटिनी तीरतरुणा समावस्थास्थेम्नो भवतु कुशलं शैलतनये.
कुचौ सद्यस्विद्यत्तटघटितकूर्पासभिदुरौ कषन्तौ दोर्मूले कनककलशाभौ कलयता तव त्रातुं भङ्गादलमिति वलग्नं तनुभुवा त्रिधानद्धं देवी त्रिवळिलवली वल्लिभिरिव.
Now the description is the beauty of the three lions on the waist. There are three lions, horizontal lines on the waist. The earlier one was Romavali, which were vertical at the navel level. Now this is below the navel, and three lines around the waist. That is the beauty. Now these lines are supposed to be there for beautiful women as per Samudrika Lakshana. Kuchau sadyaha svidya tataghatita kurpasabhidurau kashanto dormule kanaka kalashabhau kalayata. What he is saying is, this waist, now he is describing the waist. The waist is carrying the unbearable burden of the two breasts. Now that is what he said earlier, now he is describing it further. Kanaka kalashabhau, the two breasts are like golden pots. And sadyaha, at one time, immediately. When he says immediately, he is not telling what happened at that time. The commentators say sadyaha should be interpreted as when Devi has started meditating on the Leelas of Parameshwara, when she started meditating on the valor, on the daya, compassion of Parameshwara, this is what happened. And what happened? Sadyaha svidyat tataghatita kurpasabhidurau. These two breaths, Vidya, because of too much of sweat, because of the mental excitement, because of thinking of Parameshwara's exploits, too much of excitement in the mind, because of that there is perspiration in the body, because of that, Tataghatita Kurpa Sabhidurau, the cloth which is covering the breast started breaking, the breasts are enlarged and the blouse has started giving way. Kashanto, then further, Kashanto Dormule, Dormula is the shoulder. Doho means the arm, the base of the arm, that is the shoulder. At the shoulder, the two breasts are sort of getting crushed because of the shoulder, because they got enlarged, they got crushed because of the shoulder. dormule kalayata. Tavatratum, because of all this happening, the subject is the waste. Because of this happening, the waste is undergoing severe stress. Tava is Tavatratum Valagnam. Valagnam is the waste. Tava Valagnam Tratum. To protect your waste, Bhangat Alam iti, you should not break any further. Now already there is too much of stress. It should not result in breakage, actual breakage. With that intention, Bhangat Alam iti Tanubhuva. Tanubhuva is Manmatha. By Manmatha, what did you do? He wanted to protect your ways. So what did you do? Trivali, Lavali, Valli Bhiriva, Ridha, Nadham, Trivali. Three lines. Lavali, Valli Bhiriva, like the creepers of the lovely creepers, like the lovely creepers. Lovely is actually what we call Valli in Tamil, the consort of Subramanya Swami. She was found in uh, in a garden of lovely creepers. That is why she was named Lovely. Lovely is actually Valli. In Tamil it is Valli. In Sanskrit it is Lovely. Lovely is that particular creeper where she was found. That is why the name was given same to her. So same. So the three lines which are appearing on the waist are actually like a belt because he wanted to protect the waist for protecting something slender which is going to break. You tie it with this lovely creeper three times. Ridhanadham, tie it three times round. Same way he has tied. This is the imagery of the poet. So the golden spots which are your breast are swollen and they are appearing as if they will tear off the blouse and your whole body is perspiring because of the mental excitement and the two breasts are also getting crushed near the shoulder. All this is creating a lot of stress in your waist and Manmatha, in order to protect your waist, he said enough is enough, now no more damage to the waist and he created these three lines as if he is tying the waist with three rounds of Valli creepers. Three lines. Kuchau sadhyaha svidyat tataghatita kurpasa bhidura. Kurpasa is the blouse. Kashantau dormole kanaka kalashabhau kalayata. Tavatratum bhanga dalamiti valagnam tanubhuva. Ridhanadham devi trivali lavali valli bhiriva.
गुरुत्वं विस्तारं क्षितिधरपतिः पार्वती निजात् नितम्बादाच्छिद्य त्वयि हरणरूपेण निदधे अतस्ते विस्तीर्णो गुरुरयमशेषां वसुमतीं नितम्बप्राग्भारः स्थगयति लघुत्वं नयति च.
Now the description is the Nitamba. Nitamba is the Prishtabhaga, the backside, the hips. And the benefit is Agni Stambham. That means you can paralyze Agni. Agni will not come near you. Agni Stambhanam. Now it's very beautifully he starts. Gurutvam Vistaram Kshitidharapatihi Parvati Nijate Nitambat Achidya Tvayi Haranaropena Nidadhe. Hey Parvati, what did your father do? Kshitidharapatihi Himavan, the head of mountains which are supporting the earth, Kshitidhara. So what did you do? At the time of marriage, what did you do? Nijat, Nitambat, from his own Nitamba, from the foot of the mountain, which is the Nitamba for the mountain. He, Gurutvam Vistaram Achidya, he took two aspects of the Nitamba of the hill, of the mountain. Gurutvam and Vistaram. Vistaram is the breadth, Gurutvam is the depth, that is large size. The largeness of the Nitamba, in terms of breadth as well as the depth, he took from the foot of the mountain and he gave it to you. Tvayi nidadhe, he bestowed on you. In what form? Harana rupena, in the form of Sridhana. At the time of marriage, the girl side gives Sridhana, isn't it? So this was the Sridhana for Parvati at the time of marriage. Nuptial present. Harana. Harana rupena nidadhe. अतस्ते विस्तीर्णः गुरुः अयम् अशेषां वसुमतीं नितम्ब प्राग्भारः स्थगयति अतः. Hence, because he gave such a huge nitamba to you, what happened? Ayam is this nitamba of yours, guruhu vistirna, because he got these two qualities, your nitamba got these two qualities, gurutvam vistaram. So guruhu vistirnaha, it is large in terms of width as well as depth. So what did he do? Ashesham vasumatim stagayati. Vasumati is the earth. Vasu means wealth. Wealth provider is Vasumati, the earth. In fact, all our needs are provided by whom? By earth only. Our food, our clothing, our water, all our requirements. Every material which we use in our day-to-day life are all sourced from where? From the earth only, isn't it? That is why she is called Vasumati Bhudevi. Because it is Bhudevi, Srilinga, she is called Vasumati. So, this Nitamba is so huge that it hides the earth. Earth is so large. It is hiding the earth. Stagayati, it is hiding. Ashesham, complete earth, with nothing left. Nitamba pragbharaha, tava nitamba, te nitamba pragbharaha, your nitamba, because the subject was not mentioned. I was mentioning all along, but poet has to mention it. Na? So, te nitamba pragbharaha, the large, heavy nitamba of yours actually went and hid the earth completely. What does it mean? Devi is Vishwarupa. You have to imagine Devi, if you have seen Vishwarupa, Bhagavan Krishna in Gita, in Mahabharata, Bhagavan Subramanya in Skanda Puranam, they are all, if you see Vishwarupa, it is unimaginable. Going from the skies to the Patala, going in all directions, so huge. So if it is hiding the earth, it is nothing to be doubted. There is no doubt about it. Because it is so huge, earth is a very small thing. In the universe, earth is like a dot in the universe, because this Vishwarupa is spread all over the universe. So imagine such a huge giant form, so earth is nothing. So to say that earth is being hidden by your Nitamba is not really an exaggeration if you consider it as a Vishwarupa. Nitamba, of course, exaggeration is a poet's license. We are not denying that it is there, no doubt, but it has also got this kind of extended meaning. Nitamba pragbharaha stagayati lagutvam nayati cha. Stagayati, he could have stopped. Now he is saying further, not only it concealed the earth from vision, it also made it very small. That means what? It is so small, there is no question of your seeing it. It brought the earth to a state of minuteness. Lagutvam nayati. It became so minute. So that is an exaggerated description of the Nitamba, of the hips. So, at the time of your marriage, your father, Kshitidharapati, gave you Sridhana, nuptial present, which is the Gurutvam and Vistaram, the huge size. From the foot of the mountain, he took it, from the Nitamba of the mountain, he took it and gave it to you as your Nitamba. And so hence your Nitamba, your hips, are so large and so wide and so deep that it is completely hiding the earth. And not only hiding, it makes the earth look so minute. Those who meditate on this shloka will be able to rule the earth apart from the other benefit, because earth is so small. So you will be able to rule, you will become a ruler of the earth if you meditate on this shloka. Gurutvam vistaram kshitidharapati parvati nijate Nijat means from his own form. Nijat Nitambat, from his own foot of the hill. Nijat Nitambat Achidya Toyi Haranaropena Nidate Ataste Vistirno Gururayamashesham Vasumatim Nitamba Pradbharaha स्थगयति Prabhutvam Najati Cha.
करीन्द्राणां शुण्डान् कनककदलीकाण्डपटलीम् उभाभ्याम् ऊरुभ्यामुभयमपि निर्जित्य भवति सुवृत्ताभ्यां पत्युः प्रणतिकठिनाभ्यां गिरिसुते विधिज्ञे जानुभ्यां विबुध करिकुम्भद्वयमसि.
This is a description of the thighs and the knees, thighs and the knees. From Keshadi Padanta Varnanam. So in that we are now in this state. Karindranam Shundane Kanakakadali Kandapatali Ubhabhyam Urubhyam Ubhayamapi Dirjitya Bhavati. Bhavati can be treated as an address. Bhavati, the long one which is printed here, can be treated as an address. Bhavati means yourself, respected yourself. What happened to you? Ubhabhyam, Urubhyam. By the two thighs of yours, thigh is called Uru in Sanskritam. We saw the other day the story of Urvashi, because she was born from the thigh of Narayana Rishi. So, Ubhabhyam, Urubhyam. By those two thighs, what did you do? Karindranam Shundana, the trunks of the best of elephants. Shunda is a trunk. The trunks of the best of elephants, Nirjitya, it conquered, it defeated. Your thigh defeated the thigh, the trunk of the best of elephants. One. Second, it also conquered, it defeated one something else. Kanakakadali, Kandapatali. These are the two standard parallels to the thigh which is given by poets. Kanakakadali, golden plantain, golden banana tree. Kanda is the mid part. Patali is a group of mid parts of the golden banana tree. This was also defeated. That means this, in terms of smoothness, it is like that mid part of the banana tree, and in terms of the majesty and the shape, it is like the trunk of the elephant. So Ubhayam api nirjitya, it defeated both of them, these two items. So Vrittabhyam, that is about the Uru, about the thighs. Now he is going to talk about the knee. So Vrittabhyam patyuhu pranati kashinabhyam girisute vidhigne janubhyam vibhuja karikumbhadvayamasi. So Vrittabhyam janubhyam, janu is the knee. Ajanu bahu is a term normally used to describe men of valor. Men of valor, their arms are so powerful, and powerful arms are generally very long. So the bahu, the arm, extends right up to the knee joint. Ajanu bahu. So janu is the knee. How are the knees? The two knees, janubhyam. The two knees are suvrittabhyam, well-rounded, well-formed, and they have assumed a peculiar hard surface. This means why? Patyuhu pranati kashinabhyam. They are very hard because you are prostrating frequently to your husband, that is Shiva. If you keep on prostrating frequently, the knees become hard surface because women are doing Panchanga Namaskaram, unlike men who do Ashtanga Namaskaram. So when you do Panchanga Namaskaram, there is more pressure on the knee. The knee gets pressed on the floor, so it becomes more and more hard. So Patyuhu pranati means prostration. You are prostrating to your husband frequently, so they become hard. These knees have become hard. Girisute vidhigne, two addresses to Devi. One is daughter of Himavan, another is knower of regulation. Vidhigne. What is the regulation which has been referred to here? Regulation is prostrating to the husband, because she is now, though she is super to all the three devas, she is superior to all the three devas. That is not the form she is now showing to us. She is showing the form of a submissive wife to a husband. So that has to follow Dharma Shastra. As per Dharma Shastra, she is prostrating frequently. So she is knower of all regulations. In fact, she is the creator of all the regulations. Nijajnarupa Nigama Punya Punya Phalaprada. The Lalita Sahasranama says, Nigamas, all the Vedas are her own Ajna, her own instructions. So, when she is said as knower of vidhis, knower of regulation, she is the creator of vidhis also. Vidhigne Janubhyam Vibhusa Karikumbha Dvayamati. By your knees, what are you doing? Vibhusa Karikumbha Dvayam. The Kari is the elephant. Vibhusa is Devaloka, the Devaloka elephant, that is Airavata. Last time he said Karindranam, the best of elephant, when he started talking about the trunk for comparing with the thigh. Now he is comparing the knee with the two temples on the top of the Airavata elephant, on the mastaka of the Airavata elephant. Vibhusa Kari Kumbha Dvayam, the two temples. Asi, he is not saying it is as if, it is that. There is no doubt that these two knees are indeed the two temples on the top of the Airavata elephant. See, he has concluded like that. So, your two thighs go and defeat the two objects. The first object is the trunk of the best of the elephant, then the group of the mid part of the golden banana tree, and your knees are well rounded, well finished, well made, and they, they manifest hardness because you frequently prostrate to your husband Shiva, O daughter of Himava, O knower of all the regulations. What happens to your knees? They have actually become like the two temples on the mastaka, on the head of Airavata, the divine elephant. Karindranam Shundane Kanaka Kadali Kandapatali Ubhabhyam Urubhyam Ubhayamapi Dikshitya Bhavati Suvrittabhyam Patyuho Pranati Kathinabhyam Girisute Vidhigne Janubhyam Vibudha Karikumbha Dvayamati Manikya Mukutakara Janudvaya Virajita. It says in Lalita Sahasramam. Similarly, Kamesha Jnata Saubhagya Mardha Oru Dvayanvita. Same. The Oru and the Janu. There are also same similar descriptions are there. And we close today's session. Time is up. Any questions?
No questions, Mama.
No questions. So we close for the day. Tomorrow evening, 6:30 to 7:30, we meet all of you. Please join in this wonderful experience of immersing ourselves in the flood of Saundarya Lahari. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Shri Jagadambikaye Jaya Jaya.